I hope you enjoyed that story. What do you think was the lesson in that story? What did the grasshopper learn from his experience with the ants? Do you think that next fall he's going to play his fiddle while he should be collecting food? I don't think so either. I think he's learned that he has to work hard and then play. Now we're going to make a Venn diagram in our learning journal. You can do this on one of the pages that has lines because afterwards we're going to write a few sentences. And so we're going to start by putting the learning outcome at the top. I can compare and contrast story characters, and then today's date, April 8th, 2020. Then we're going to draw our large circles, and you're going to make sure that the circles overlap so that you get that portion in the middle where we're going to put the things that are in common. We'll add our headings, ants, and grasshopper. So I want you to think first of all of how the characters were different. The ants were very organized in the story. They were all working together, but they all had their own jobs. Now think about the grasshopper compared to the ants in terms of organization. The grasshopper was pretty lazy. He just sat around or danced around and played his instrument while the ants worked. The ants were pretty responsible. They knew they had to collect their food so that they would be prepared for the long winter. Was the grasshopper responsible? No, he was very careless. He wasn't really thinking about the winter or looking ahead. Now we're going to look at how the characters are similar. So start off, they're both insects. Another similarity is that they both need to collect food to survive. So now I'd like you to think of 2 to 3 more things that you could add under each section. 2 more ways that the ants were different, 2 more ways that the grasshopper was different, and 2 more similarities, the things that the ants and the grasshopper have in common. We're going to take our similarities and we're going to be writing some sentences today underneath our Venn diagram. So remember that when we write comparison sentences, we can use some of these words to help join our thoughts together. Alike, same, also, to, both, similar, in common, and the same as. I wrote, the ants and grasshopper are both insects. Both the ants and the grasshopper need to collect food. Now it's time to do the contrasting words. So again, you can look at the list to help you to pick a word to join your ideas to show how they are different. I wrote, the ants and the grasshopper are different because the ants are responsible while the grasshopper is careless. Unlike the ants, the grasshopper is lazy. So I'm saying that the ants are not lazy. They're unlike the grasshopper. Now I'd like you to write 1 more comparing sentence and 1 contrasting sentence of your own. You don't need to copy down the sentences I wrote. They're just there for you to have an example. When you're finished writing your sentences, I'd like you to upload a photo of your work to your Dojo portfolio. Make sure your work shows your Venn diagram as well as your sentences underneath.